Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Grand Targhee, Wyoming, where a sleeping giant is ready to be awoken in the heart of the Tetons. That's right, it's time for Peace Park number 4, where the world's greatest snowboarders are here to put it all on the line for a chance to be crowned Ultimate Global Champion of Peace and Snowboarding. Hi folks, welcome to Peace Park. I'm Doug Dugan.
And I'm Davey Danless, and we're out here in the Rocky Mountains in just received confirmation we're out here in the Grand Tetons of Wyoming. Doug, what do you know about that?
That's right, Davey.
That's right, we're gonna fire up the engines and release some hounds in this here snowboard park, and the name of the game is fear nothing and risk everything. I think we got a guy who's ready to do that. Dan Davis is about to go for gold.
Yeah, we got Davis in the gate.
You know, Davey, Danny's board is looking really fast out there.
He's ready, Doug. Hold on to your butts, folks. Danny Davis is about to tear a new one into this course. He's gonna take it to the next level, maybe even 2 levels, Doug.
Oh, yep, that's the telltale fist bump. Here comes some action, Davey.
I went walking down the street. Yeah, who did I meet? I met me a man, but not no ordinary man. He had jet black hair and a gray suede suit. He asked me how I was doing. I said, fine, baby, how are you? And he said, I like your style. Come with me and take a ride. I said, where we going, honey? He said, we're going on down that line. On down that line. On down the line. On down that line. On down that line. I said, I don't understand. He said, you've had a good eye, son, and I don't want to watch you burn. And I said, there's so many women left.
Peace Park is the opportunity that I get to be creative with different features and transitions in snowboarding. Burton and Mountain Dew give me the freedom to build the dream snowboard park for me and my friends to go ride, experiment, and just have a good time shredding a really cool and unique setup. This is the dream that is Peace Park.
The Peace Park is basically like this vision that Danny is probably thinking about 24/7. Like, what else can we do with snowboarding rather than just do the basic back and forth half pipe or the 4 jumps in a row?
At the time when we first started conceptualizing Peace Park, the shoots we were doing in the spring were getting really repetitive. Just a jump or just a half pipe. We wanted to ride everything. We wanted to make a much more interesting park, make everything rideable, and make something really unique to the mountain and the terrain. I really wanted to bring back more of a skate park feel to Peace Park this year, with different sizes of transitions and jumps that all flow together and allow people to be really as creative as they want.
My favorite feature, I don't know, man. It's a really tough question. I mean, everything's really fun.
I love riding the mini pipe. It's a perfect way to kind of like bring everyone down to the same level.
My favorite feature is by far the half pipe. It's cut perfectly. Feeling that big tranny is so sick.
The diamond feature we got up here is super rad. It's got some kick, it's got some tranny, it gives you great speed to enter this bowl coming in hot.
The bowl is super dope, and you can kind of shred it like a quarter pipe, or you can hit it like a bowl, like snake run style.
It's so big, and you can just ride into there with so much speed and choose your own line, and it's totally different. You don't see that very often.
We just experiment each year with something new because it's fun to ride new stuff.
The more creative the features, the more creative the riding, and that's Danny's whole mission right now in life, is to just keep growing snowboarding in not this technical way, but this fun, creative way as well.
Because to Danny, being a pro snowboarder is just a dream come true.
Danny grew up in Michigan, and man, would you look at this kid. He loved all sports, but when he got his first snowboard at age 8, that's when things really took off. It didn't take long for him to master the small local mountain of Alpine Valley, and even before Danny made it down to the bottom of the hill, he was already chucking backflips. It was around this time that Danny's uncle gave him his first snowboard video. The video gave Danny his first look at professional snowboarding, and according to this journal entry from a young Dan, he had his mind made up back then that pro snowboarding was going to be his future. Good grades, talent, and some help from the Ross Powers Foundation earned Danny a spot at Stratton Mountain School. Here he met some great friends and was able to focus all of his energy on snowboarding and competing. Lots of competing. All over the globe competing. Danny took first place at the DEW Tour, second at the European Open, and a win at the Grand Prix had Danny in line to represent the United States at the Olympics in 2010. Then he got hurt pretty bad. So bad, a lot of people didn't think that Danny was going to be able to make a comeback. It took Danny 2 years to come back from that injury, and when he did, he took the entire snowboarding industry by storm. He wasn't just doing more flips and more spins, he was creating new and unique runs. For that, he won the X Games back-to-back, and his new approach to the pipe made him a favorite amongst his fellow snowboarders and the industry as a whole. Not only did Danny want to change the way he was riding halfpipe, but the halfpipe itself. So in 2012, Danny revolutionized the way halfpipes were built and ridden. He added rails and channels to a standard halfpipe, and that's when the first piece pipe was born. The next year, there was only room for growth. He added some jumps and other features, and now every spring, he and some of the best riders have put their creativity to the test on some of the most unique snowboard parks ever made by riders for riders. While Danny's riding has been reshaping the way contests are judged, Peace Park has revolutionized the way that parks are built so that riders can continue to push the sport in a more fun and creative direction.
You're tuned into Peace Park. Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back after commercial.
A little more next time, Jack.
I would say, like, if I had to describe Peace Park to a total stranger, I would say it's kind of like a gathering of the world's best snowboarders in a loosely formatted contest. It's all about like shooting video and shooting photos, and I think that's kind of what everyone's focused on, just kind of having a good time and riding.
That was tight. It's just a really diverse group of people. We have guys who are, strictly into jumping, guys like myself that are really just like backcountry and street riders, and then a whole bunch of like pipe and contest riders. So it's kind of like a cool mix of all these different styles of snowboarding, but we all have a lot of respect for each other.
We're a really good crew. I think we're all good friends, and it's really fun to hang with everybody. Everybody's telling stories, hanging out, and I think that's cool.
Just like then take off.
For the second year in a row, we're at Grand Targhee because it's one of the greatest mountains, and the people here are so good to us. They give us this lodge that we get to just take over, make our own, and jam out.
We got enough crew here that we fill up the entire thing, and no one bothers us, and we don't bother anybody, and or at least I don't think we are.
Everybody hanging together and riding together and doing laps together, eating together. It's just kind of, I think it's just like a huge part of what snowboarding is to all of us. All the in-between snowboarding is like such a huge part of what we do, It's just that camaraderie.
Just get like motivated, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, like he just went that big, like Hitch just launched like a 15-foot method on the quarter pipe, like time to step it up type thing, And then all of a sudden you're ascending it too.
What I get out of this with other riders is just you really see how good a lot of these guys are. At contests, you get 2 runs or whatever it is, and it's pretty routine, planned run. And here you get to see like, Ladley doing big back sevens on this, and like Rupe riding pipe, and so you just get to see how talented everyone truly is. Yeah, look at that. Boom!
Just to come out here and just riff with your buddies and push each other, that's the stuff, man. That's what we want to be doing, Just to like feed off of each other and grow and build together, and that's when the best snowboarding happens.
The sport of snowboarding needs Peace Park and other events like this, because this is where you actually see the riders doing some of those really fun things that snowboarding's all about, like those surf-like maneuvers, the skate-like maneuvers. It's not all about how high you can go, how much you can flip and spin. It's all about just slashing the coping, and it's cool to see some new creativity in the mix.
Carving and the butters are awesome. You know, I think it's like, for once in snowboarding history, carving is cool.
It's good to see people carving in 2015, especially with events like Peace Park. You know, it's kind of like about really cultivating and embracing that creative side of snowboarding, you know?
The butter tricks, there's so many like new ones because, you know, that's just happening right now. So no one really has names for them, I guess. Like a lot of people don't really name them, they just do it because it's fun, you know?
I think springtime is the most fun to ride transitions because it just really feels like a wave.
The half pipe is such an intimidating thing, so it's rad to see the guys who are so good at it break it down and have fun in it as well. They're not just there to like do the most death-defying trick, they're also ripping around and doing butters and slashing the lip, and that seems to be the theme of the whole, you know, Peace Park is rip and have fun with your homies.
That was sick!
Mother Nature blessed us once again, not only with sun, but with pout. We've never had a pow day at Peace Park.
And when you don't have a schedule, when you play it kind of by ear, and like that surfing mentality, when the weather's good, we'll ride, and we'll ride Peace Park, and when it dumps, we go ride pow.
Everyone loves to ride powder, right? It's that feeling that you get when you make that turn and it's just like, and then you make that other one, it's just like, you got lucky enough to get a powder day in the spring at Peace Park. Just adds to the whole experience, you know? It's gonna make us frothing to ride some half pipe later. I think we might even go rip the snow-filled pipe today. Just surfing it, dude.
When we saw this system coming in, we talked to all the folks at Targi, and they were like, you guys have that lift, it's yours. And to have a private lift with 20 of your good friends is such a treat.
Being contest all year, I don't really get a chance to ride POW at all. And having a POW day here at Peace Park is so much fun.
Yeah, one of the best parks ever built.
Right.
And a POW day. And it's supposed to be sunny again, so back to the park in a couple days.
Yeah, you can't really ask for anything better.
Just like with any winter event, the weather is going to play a big part of it. Today we got a good foot of snow. The guys were able to come up in session, ride powder, have a great time. And now tonight we have to go remove all that snow. So it's just a matter of pushing it out of the way, reestablishing all the transitions, and it should work out really good with the new snow for the surface for tomorrow.
I think Danny's one of the only guys who can really bring a group like this together to have such a rad event.
Danny's like the drummer of the band, you know, like he loves to snowboard more than anyone that I've ever seen. You know, he'll ride all day, and he kind of like keeps the group motivated, kind of keep the energy going.
Sun beat down, I had the radio on, I was driving, the trees went by, me and Del were singing, a little runaway, I was flying, yeah, running down a dream, that never would come to me, working on a mystery, going wherever it leads. Down a dream. I felt so good, like anything was possible. Hit cruise control and rub my eyes. The last 3 days, and the rain was unstoppable. It was always cold, no sunshine.
It's always hard to give out awards at Peace Park because everyone rips and there's no winner or anything like that, but we want to give something cool out to the guys who stood out most and really ripped the hardest. It was Matt Ladley's first time here at Peace Park, and he was a killer addition to the crew. He's got such good style everywhere he rides, and he's just a good shredder. It was Taku's first time to Peace Park as well, and watching him just blast big airs is such a treat. He's got so much intensity in his riding, and I loved having him here this year. Rope is one of those riders that always impresses me at Peace Park. Whatever the session's on, he's ripping it. His energy is super contagious, and he always keeps the sessions going. Christian Haller's one of those shredders that can ride everything and adds his own tweak or slash or his own style on snowboarding, and it's a pleasure to watch him ride all day. Ben Ferg is the master of Peace Park. He rips this thing harder than anybody. He surfs it, he flips, he spins, he's got big airs, and he just always amazes everyone here.
Peace Park is kind of almost like a breeding ground for like creativity and like collaboration. You grab all these different really good snowboarders and you make this insane course and you put them all together, and then people start doing crazy different stuff. It's super sick, and it's a great way to progress the sport.
I learned a couple new tricks yesterday because I got to hit stuff that I never really get to see in a half pipe. I think that's like a good example of like how our features like here at Peace Park kind of like help also the progression too.
This is more the future of snowboarding, like more creative stuff. If you have like a regular slopestyle run with just like 4 jumps in a row, it kind of gets boring because everybody's going to do the same tech tricks. But if you can mix it up with like redirect or side hit, every rider sees something different. And that's the cool thing about a park like this, like Peace Park. It has so many opportunities. I see this now in front of me and I have like 8 things that I could do right now, and I feel like that's really, really sick. So everybody has his own choice.
I think snowboarding will always be changing. I think what Peace Park has really been helping do is influence everything in the way of making things more creative, making them more fun to ride. You look at all these contests going on, and a lot of them have been influenced by Peace Park, and Peace Park's been influenced by them. US Open, they've added transition to their slopestyle course. That's something we haven't seen in a long time, and sure, it still went jump, 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 but it's just a step in the right direction and really something that made that contest stick out this year. All these contests, all these events are all in an effort to make new features and new stuff to ride and show that there's more to snowboarding than the same halfpipe, same slope course. I think it's starting to happen slowly, but it's happening, and that's really cool to see. There's a ton of room for snowboarding to progress in cool and creative ways, and that's what Peace Park's all about.
Drops in to a fatty air. Oh, didn't really grab. That's gonna hurt his flow score.
Tell me how you walk down backwards for
If Jeff Brushy and Sage Kotzenberg adopted a son, I think they would name it Sagebrush.
Do a double cork.
I actually just called taco because I was thinking about food so much.
Yeah.
It was really just